Well, it says I'm live. Anybody here? Am I here by myself? I'll wait to see if anybody comes on. I'm not going to stay here too long. I really got some things I need to go do while Derry's not around the house. Hello, Ashley. Thank you for coming by. How are you today? What are you up to? You can tell I'm not up to very much. Just sitting here on the porch looking for somebody to talk to, visit with. I'll post the link. Somebody might want to come up and say hello. Oh, that didn't do it. It's the wrong thing. I don't know just I don't know what I just did. Getting ready to go to ball game. All right. Are some of your kids playing? I don't do many ball games, and my grandkids are not ball players. Need to if I can fix what I messed up. Yeah, my windmill back there, that was a gift from some of my kids one day. It's nice out today. You know, it seemed like the summer's not as hot. It's almost done, maybe. Home team from your mom's school. Okay. I've not been back to school to a ball game where I graduated from in forever. But I'm just not a big sports fan. Now it says I have two. Somebody else is here. Wonder who else is here. What state are you in, Ashley? Yeah, he wants to go at halftime. Kentucky. Okay. My husband wants to go. He wants to go at halftime and I don't want to. Okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I've I've messed something up. I'm gonna hit the refresh and see if I can fix something that's messed up on here. No, I want to stay on the page. There it is. Hey, what's the weather like in Kentucky now? Is the is the heat gone? He is going with me when I yeah, okay. And so he's going with you, but he doesn't want to stay the whole time. Is that what you're saying? That he'll go for a little while, but he don't want to stay the whole game? I'll try this warm. Yeah, he is staying the whole game. Okay. There's the link. If anybody wants to come up, you want to come up and talk to me on the screen? I think all you have to do is click on the link. It's just awful peaceable out here right now. Kind of quiet. somebody else here yet? I'm just here by myself. Am I sitting in the shadows? Is my face dark sitting in the shadow? All right, I'm going to bring you up. There you are.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Ashley from Kentucky. So, talk, I'm here in Arkansas, and you're in Kentucky. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have a YouTube channel too, or do you have your own YouTube channel?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I've not checked it out. I need to check it out. You post videos on it?
Yes. All the time.
I need to go check. I've not went and checked it out. I'll have to do that when I get off here. Okay. Cooking videos or just everything, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Okay. Well, I just never thought to go check to see, but I'll do that. So you're going to a ball game. Is it a high school?
High school.
High school? You have to tell your husband what she's done. That's what I have to do to mine sometimes. Who you talking to? Are you talking to me? And I'll say, no, I'm talking to somebody else. But my husband went to the hayfield, so I'm just here by myself this afternoon.
I'm gonna go live from the ball game, I think.
Oh, okay. I'll go check that out then. All right. That'll be interesting.
I've been taking care of me and my husband adopted a little dog.
I see. Yeah.
He's mean.
How old is it and what kind is it? I couldn't.
He's a Boston Terrier and he's 17 weeks old.
Okay, he's still young. He'll still need a lot of attention. He'll chew everything up. You know all that though.
Yes.
Cutting them teeth, they chew on. That's an age where they chew on everything. No.
His name is Spot.
Spot. Okay. Yeah. Well, so do you have any children of your own too?
No.
Just the doggy?
Doggy and husband.
That's enough, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Because husbands take up a lot of time.
Yes, they do.
We won't tell them we said that though.
No, me and my husband live on a farm.
All right. Okay. I do too, because you knew that probably. Yeah.
Yes, we got chickens, we got goats, we got everything.
All right. Yeah. But I like living on a farm because that's all I've ever known. I've never lived in town. My whole life I've never been in town.
Me neither. We're going to walk down to the ball game this evening.
Okay. Huh.
It's just about a mile from my house.
All right. That's a pretty good walk, though, a mile. I mean, it's not far, but it's a pretty good walk too. It would be for me. So.
I love walking, so.
Yeah. I used to. If somebody's walking with you, it's more fun too. So that'll make it better.
Yeah.
Walking with somebody. I hear my little dog back there.
What kind do you have?
This one, come here, Heidi. This one's a rat terrier. Come here, Heidi. Come here. Oh, come here. Come here. Oh. This is the one I got now. Say
She's
hi,
so
Heidi.
cute.
She was back there. it as something, but she'll chase grasshoppers or lizards or whatever's on the porch. Bugs, if
That's
there's
how
a black
he.
bug fly, she'll chase it around. So,
That's how he is.
uh, yeah.
He's mixed with part pit bull, so
All right.
quit. My husband smokes. He tore up his lighter.
Oh, uh-oh. I told you they chew up everything at that age. You just proved me right on that one. Will it work?
No.
No, not working. All right. Uh-oh. I'm gonna wipe that screen. My screen. I need to wash my screen. I need to clean my screen. It's dirty. I'm here talking to myself again. I hear somebody, hear one of the neighbors mowing. I can hear the lawnmower going. Anybody there? No, and I'll just sit here and rock. Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. Hey, Susan. I'm just sitting here on porch rocking. You want to come up and talk to me? I posted the link up above. If you can come up for a minute, nobody's here but me. Hey, can you see the link to come up and say on the screen with me? I don't know a thing. Somebody needs to come and tell me something. I've got another rocking chair here beside me. Somebody wants to come up and rock. Am I waiting on Susan to come up? Well, I've been live for 13 minutes. I may go find me something more constructive to do. Just watching me rock. All right, I think I'll go in the house and turn on the sewing machine or something and do something else. I was just going to see if anybody wanted to chat for a minute. You hear the rooster crowing? Natalie. We have Natalie. Let me see if I can get. Hello, Natalie.
It's nice to speak to you.
Yes, and where are we talking to Natalie from? Where are you at, Natalie?
I'm in Sturgeon, Missouri.
Missouri, okay. I don't know exactly where Sturgeon, I don't exactly know where that's located, but I know where Missouri is.
Just north of Columbia, so central.
Okay. You live on a farm and a homestead too? Are you
A small. Sorry, I don't think my earbuds are working. Can you hear me?
I can.
Sorry about that. Yeah, my husband and I just bought a little over 9 acres.
Okay.
So
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 you
it's
just
pretty.
getting just getting settled in then, I guess. Well, you have animals yet?
Not yet. I'm trying to convince my husband, but he grew up raising animals on a big farm, so he doesn't want to go near them.
You gotta have a few. You need them for food.
Absolutely.
uh,
I'll break him in.
oh, you will. Yeah, yeah. We can always convince them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Do you
how's
have
your day?
my
Sorry.
day's been pretty. My day's been pretty good. I said I sent my husband. Well, he went to the hay field, and somebody else went to help him. So I've got the afternoon to myself. So I ought to be doing something more constructive than this. But anyway, this have to do a little bit of this.
Absolutely. It's a great way to spend time.
It is, yeah. Usually I can set up the saw machine or something and just listen to other people's YouTube channels, but every once in a while I got to get on here myself.
That's exactly what my mother does. She's always sitting at her sewing table with her iPad going.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can do more than one thing at a time. Yeah. Do you have a channel too? Do you have a YouTube channel?
I
No.
don't.
Are you gonna start one?
I don't think so, at least not in any time in the near future. I don't have any social media or anything like that, so try to
Oh,
keep it private.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I probably ought to keep more private than what I do, but anyway. I'm pretty much a homebody introvert, so I get on here and this is where I see people when I don't go anyplace.
absolutely. I'm the same way.
Uh-huh. But I like being at home. I really don't mind it. But I want a little bit of a social life, even if it's with people miles and miles away. Is this a social life? I don't know if this qualifies or not, but
I
we'll
think
say
it does.
it does. We'll say it does.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've been following you for a while, and I really appreciate you actually creating these videos. It's really wonderful to see a really sweet woman and a wonderful grandmother. So,
I appreciate that. That's just who I'm not going to say I'm a really sweet lady, but I'm just being who I am on them videos. I couldn't fake it. Let me tell you, I'm country hillbilly and I can't fake it. So it's a whole lot easier to be what I am than try to be something I'm not. So
very true. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
It's just wonderful. I wasn't close to my grandparents, so I think it's wonderful to see such a great relationship. So,
I love them grandkids. That I've got three grandsons, and then the one little girl is the grandbaby, the granddaughter. I don't see when school's in. I don't see the grandsons as much, but the granddaughter, the mother leaves her here a little bit every morning while she goes and does some outside chores on the farm. Millie stays with me, so we have good times.
just the sweetest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, actually, random thing for today, I actually had my first ultrasound today for our first child. So I'm not sure how to tell
Oh,
my family.
oh my! Oh, I'm excited for you. Yeah, for your first child.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
I'm
we got married in June. So
all right. I'm excited for you. I know I can tell you're tickled. I can tell by looking at you. You're really excited about it.
yeah,
You'll have to keep us all posted on here too. Your social media family on here. You'll have to keep us all posted. That would be some interesting YouTube videos of the as the baby comes along.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, that'd be really a good idea for
It
my
would
long distance.
be. It would be. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I'm I've got the hillbilly chicken ranch down here in the basement. Let's add her up here. There's Susan. Hey
Hey,
Susan.
hey, y'all. Congratulations, Natalie.
thank you.
Yeah.
Is this your first?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's always exciting on the first baby.
Yeah. I wish I wasn't so sick though.
Wow. Do you know your due date yet?
April 30th is
Oh,
I found
boy, around my birthday. Woohoo!
Yeah. I always wanted an April baby. And I'm excited. We'll see
that's
if we
wonderful.
actually make it.
That is
Thank you.
absolutely wonderful.
The,
Well, hang on a minute. Baby girl's wanting to get up here. Come on. Come on. Come on. You gonna come up? I think my boy's coming over too. I've got fur babies. You gonna come over here? Come on.
have a lap full.
Yeah, he's having problems with his hip. His arthritis is acting up. She's showing her butt. Turn around, Coco, so everybody can see your face. There she is. There's my Coco Bean. Say hi.
Yeah. Hello, Coco Bean. Yeah.
I just sat down, Miss Rita. I saw you were live. I said, I'm going to go pop in on Miss Rita, and you called me up, and I'm sitting here going, I got to get everything set up. I've been in the kitchen cleaning, I'm telling you what.
I need to do, there's lots of things I need to be doing rather than this, but anyway, I'm going to do a few minutes of this.
Well, I've got to get it cleaned up and cleaned out because we're going to be tearing out flooring before too much longer. We've got a subfloor issue, and all of that flooring has got to come up.
Oh my. Yeah, I remember you talking about that the other day.
Oh yeah. It's going to be a big chore for me. Of course, my kitchen goes into the dining room and into 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
All my kitchen stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Since my kids have moved out, one of the bedrooms has food storage and jars and just all kinds of stuff. So I've got a big pantry, the kitchen, the dining room. I'm just a mess. I think I'm a hoarder sometimes. But living on a farm, there's so much stuff you have to have that you got to keep around.
I'm telling you, and I feel like a hoarder too. We moved to a smaller house on purpose, just so we could downsize everything. Well, we're still piling it in. And I told him, I said, we'll have to go through here and decide what we're keeping, what we're getting rid of.
And I see you go to them yard sales and them thrift stores and bring more stuff in all the time, though. I see them.
I know. I said I'm a hoarder.
They're cute, but you just keep bringing in more. So.
Yeah, and I'm going to have, like I said, I've got to go through my house and decide what we're going to get rid of. Living out in the country, it's kind of useless to even try to do yard sale.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of stuff.
Do you do yard sales? Do you like yard sales?
I've never actually had my own. I've attended a few of my grandmother at some point, I think, when I was involved. But yeah, no, never really been into I go to the antique malls all the time though, and I raid the canning jar section. My husband does not allow me to buy jars anymore. But yep, no, my house looks like a hoarder house too if you look in the right rooms.
Well, Ashley said you're going to have your baby around her birthday too. Hey, Ashley, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, Ashley was up here just a few minutes ago before y'all came in.
Was she?
My daughter's birthday is April 28th, so that's close to April 30th too. So.
Well, that's my husband's birthday. Mine's the 27th, and his is the 28th.
Oh wow, my brother's April 27th, and yeah, I was hoping for somewhere around there.
Wow.
It'll be on somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Actually, I was born on a 27th as well, but a different month, so made it easy for my parents. And my husband's father's birthday is the day before mine, and our dating anniversary was 2 days after that. So we had back-to-back days, and my husband was always in trouble. He knew it was one of those days, but he always forgot which.
Oh yeah. Yep, I understand that one. It's nothing like doing work on your anniversary. Right,
Yeah,
Rita?
I know. Oh,
At least you remembered, a few years ago, my sister and her first husband laid carpet on their anniversary, forgot it was the anniversary.
oh, we never forget. We just don't ever do anything special on the anniversaries.
Yeah. Well, we started out going to McDonald's on our anniversary, and we've gotten away from McDonald's. We may go out to eat, but that's about it. Most of the time, it's at home.
Our,
Nice.
our favorite restaurant may be Sonic, where we won't have to change our farm clothes, and don't have to get out of the car to eat. So,
Exactly.
how's that for being romantic? So,
I'm telling you.
oh.
Yeah. We do Taco Bell anniversaries usually.
Yeah.
But my parents always forget. They've been together since my mom was 16, and every year the June passes and they go, "Oh yeah, our anniversary was then." All right, too bad. Keep going.
Well, I gave my kids a heads up because our 25th anniversary is coming up in 3 years, I think. And yeah, so I told them, I said, I'm not doing anything, but y'all better be planning something big for mom and dad.
Yeah.
Anytime that somebody makes it that far along, you better be celebrating.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm just tired, Miss Rita. I started out this morning working on a video for sourdough bread, and it's rising. And I said, well, I'm going to get in here and clean my kitchen up. I started cleaning. I finally had to sit down. I said, I can't do no more. My back's give out. I still got to do the floors.
Well, I should be heading off too. I've got plenty of chores stacked up. Just want to jump in and say hi. Couldn't miss my opportunity to say hi to Miss Rita and everybody. So
I know we all love Miss Rita.
Absolutely.
Thank
Well,
you for coming up and saying hi. I appreciate it. I really do. So.
well, thank you. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to talk to you again sometime. All right.
Okay.
Nice.
You have a good day.
You too.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, Miss Rita, them cream puffs you made the other day, I'm going to have to try that recipe.
Oh, they're so easy, and I love them things. I just absolutely love them. And you saw how easy they were. I mean,
I saw how big they were after you cooked them, too.
Well, they rise up, and then you just squirt that vanilla pudding in there, and they're good.
Mm. I love puff pastries, that you get at the donut shop, so that would be a change. Be nice.
Yeah. You need to try them because they're really easy to make, and they taste so good. And I've made it. The whole like a whole cake thing, and put the pudding and then Cool Whip on top of it. Now, that's good too. And to take to a potluck or something too. It's just basically the same thing, only just assembled a little different.
That sounds really, really good. I may have to try that. I'm not a baker per se, but I do bake some. And I'm like, that looked too good to pass up on.
Well, you need to try it. If you didn't get my recipe, just do a quick search for cream puffs, and one will come up. And it does. I said take butter and flour and eggs was about it.
Yeah, I saw that. It was real easy. It looked easy. And I was thinking I could do lemon pie filling would be good in that.
Well, any flavor you would want would be good in there. Yeah.
Or chocolate. My favorite is chocolate, but I like lemon too. So
yeah. I love everything. I don't have anything that I really don't like or not anything that's my absolute favorite. I just like everything.
And I got all that canned blackberry syrup. I could probably pull that out and make some type of pudding with that.
Yeah.
Like a pie filling.
You sure could. Yeah. All of it sounds good to me. They make syrup. You can put syrup over them after you filled them. That'd be so good.
Oh yeah, that sounds yummy.
Just mix it up any way you want to. They don't. I always just make mine usually plain, but you can mix it all up.
Yeah, I commented on your video. I need to come spend a day in your kitchen.
That would be fun. And sometimes
I
need people to come and eat this stuff I make because I tell you I think I'm putting on weight from all this cooking I do to do a video sometimes.
Yeah, I would absolutely love it. Where are you located at? What state?
I'm in Arkansas,
Oh, you're
and
not.
and I'm not that far away, but I'm over to more toward the western part of the state, not to the
Okay.
state line, but pretty far over there.
Okay. See, I'm in West Tennessee, so it wouldn't be probably a day trip. We could get together.
It would be just a few hours. It'd take you a few hours to get here, probably. I suppose.
Yeah. I had to talk to my husband one day, and when y'all are free and we're free on a weekend, maybe we'll come and visit. We can go out somewhere and visit.
Okay.
Get to
And
know
I'm not even very far off of I-40. After you come down I-40 to get here, and then 10 or 15 miles north of there is where I'm at. So I'm not far off the main road. So.
Oh wow, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're off the I-40 corridor here in West Tennessee, but we're a good 12 miles away from the interstate.
Well, so. I may be about that far, but I said it don't take you 10, 15 minutes, to get off the interstate and come here. So
yeah, it takes about 30 because you've got to go through Jackson to get to my house.
Okay.
When you get on them side streets and even on the 45 bypass, the traffic gets backed up. So
I don't do traffic. I don't even want to try driving traffic.
Yeah, well, it's nothing like traffic up in New York City, but it's traffic nonetheless. And Memphis traffic is bad too.
I can imagine.
My nose is itching, y'all.
Uh-oh.
I'm telling you, I've been in there stirring up the dust. Kicking up the dust.
I thought maybe that meant company was coming or something too. Is that what it is? Or somebody talking about you? Or maybe it's company coming. So.
I think it's company coming, but anyway, I'm trying to get my kitchen cleaned up. And I just went through a couple of drawers and pulled out a bunch of pot holders. Rita, you wouldn't believe how many pot holders I have. I was like, I got that many. So
you picked them all up at the thrift store because they're cute. So.
And they're cheap. And I've got actually got two basketfuls.
Oh my.
Yeah,
that's
so I got
pot holders.
And then I took some out that were Christmas. I'm gonna put them with my Christmas dishes, and then I took out some more that I'm gonna donate back to the thrift store. So I was like, I got some that are pretty ratty that I need to do something with. I won't donate them, but I might reuse them as padding and some that I make.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah. I actually need some more pot holders. I don't know where all mine go. In the wintertime, they get used around the stove and they get all black with soot, the heating stove. Then they get kind of messed up, and then we'll throw that away. So, and then I don't have no pretty ones anymore. So.
Yeah, and my husband's talking about putting in a pellet stove here. We're in a double wide mobile home, and a pellet stove they'll let us put in. The insurance company will, but they won't let us put in the pipe. The old-fashioned stove.
But then you'll have to buy pellets to use it though, which might run into issue too.
Pellets are still pretty cheap, so. And it's using up a byproduct, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just worn out now. I'm not good after I sit down. I'm good until I can't go no more, and then I collapse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was thinking seriously about a nap this afternoon.
I thought about that. I had mentioned going to come live, and then sitting there a little bit ago, I thought, I could just go lay down and go sleep. I thought about it, but then I didn't. So
Well, sometimes you just need that power nap.
I know. And I've done it before, set the timer and only stay down like for 15 minutes, and it makes you feel better afterwards.
Yeah, unless you get interrupted by a phone call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody will call me all day, but as soon as I lay down for a nap, that phone will ring. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're up to 4 people watching, Rita.
Oh, are we? Okay.
Y'all make sure you hit those thumbs up for Miss Rita. Smash it.
Who else?
Y'all come on and comment.
Don't know who's here. There's not a whole lot of comments that I can see. Hadn't been any lately.
No, it's just kind of been a slow day. I think everybody's busy on Fridays.
Probably. Yeah.
I think
every day's about the same to me, though. One day's no busier than the other days.
Yeah, well, that's me too. But I'm talking about on YouTube.
No, yeah. Yeah.
I try to do my lives, earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't plan them. It's just something I just pop up and do if Terry's not around.
Yeah, you're gonna have to learn to email me or something. Let me know you're doing one.
So I don't have to sit there and myself. That's
Sandra Hoodsick said hello. Yeah, there we go. Hello to everybody on live chat. Cat catching on a replay as usual. Sorry, once in a blue moon I can get you. And the first starts. Everybody have a blessed evening. I love that windmill in the back. I do too. I love that windmill.
Sandra, we're live right now. You want to come up and say hi? All you have to do is click on that link.
You might need to drop the link again.
I'll do that again.
Yeah. Do you know how to pin it to the top of your chat?
Not how to pin it, I don't. How do I pin it?
Okay. You'll have to go over to do you have are you looking at a laptop or are you looking at your cell phone?
Laptop.
Okay. If you have your laptop, turn your sound down for just a moment. And you're going to go over to YouTube to your chat. Once you drop your link, you're going to hit the 3 dots and hit pin.
Okay. Well, I'll need to remember to do that later. I won't do that right now.
Okay. Yeah, I had to learn how to do it too. So
there's a lot of things I need to learn how to do. Sandra, you want to come up? All you have to do is click on that link.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot of stuff. With all this new technology, I'm illiterate.
Yeah, I know I am.
Well, I learned very early on with the computer systems when IBM came out with the first home computer. My ex-father-in-law worked for IBM. He came home with one that had those big floppy disks that were like books.
Mm-hmm.
And it only did a few different things, but you had to put one of those in for it to do the program.
Okay.
So after that, I went to college in my late 20s and took computer courses then and learned all kinds of stuff that I didn't use. But I've worked on computers ever since.
I've depended on my kids too much to do stuff for me, and so I didn't learn enough of it on my own. I'd get the son and daughter, and my son-in-law is an IT tech, so they would do this for me, and I wouldn't do it. So
yeah, both my daughters are pretty computer savvy, and if I get stuck with something, I'll call them up. Mm-hmm. Mom needs help with this. How do you do this? Or my grandsons. Oh my Lord, my grandsons.
Like, let's see, and that, usually they can't talk me through it. I have to load up my laptop and take it to their house though to get them, or they'll have to come by here and fix it. They can't talk me through it usually.
Right.
They have to look at it to do it for me. So
Yep. I understand.
yeah.
I'm not that computer savvy. I think I'm a little bit, but not too much. And of course, I've forgotten a lot over the years too.
Uh-huh.
I'm still learning.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think we ever stop learning.
I don't think so. And we probably forgot more about some things than some people ever know too. Not about computers. I'm talking about other stuff,
Oh
life
yeah.
stuff. Yeah. I didn't mean computers.
I'm going to drop your link. I'm going to drop your link up to your chat, your live on my page, and see if we can get some folks over here.
Well, it's okay. I'm fixing to get off here and go do something else anyways. You
Are
don't
you,
have to do that.
you
Yeah.
sure?
I'm sure I'm not going to stay, but just another minute or two, and then I'll get off here and go find something to do.
Well, you need to stay
Besides,
off for at least 19 more minutes. You'll have an hour up, it looks like.
oh, I don't think I can think of anything to talk about for 19 more minutes though.
Oh, yes, you can. You can talk about all them good recipes or your quilts.
Uh, I got some more. Well, I ordered some fabric the other day. It's not out here on the porch to show it to you, but to make another one of those quilts with the stars and the tails that stream. But I got this rainbow colored fabric, so each tail will be like a rainbow colored.
Oh, that'll be pretty.
But I need to actually I need to go up to where my quilt machine is and quilt right now is what I need to be doing. But because I started that quilt and I still hadn't, I have to go across the field to go to my house where the quilt machine is, and sometimes it's hard to get that far away from the house, even if it is across fields.
Oh yeah. I don't have a quilting machine. I just have a regular sewing machine, but I'm hand quilting my grandson's quilt, and I'm telling you, it's taken me forever because I don't have the heart to do it, to sit down and just complete it.
Yeah.
Right now, I've been really struggling with this. I struggled all last year with that quilt, with the backing. I got so mad because I bought the fabric, the muslin fabric, and it just would not lay flat no matter what I did. And I finally ripped it out and put a new backing on it. Well, this new backing lays flat, but I'm just, I'm not much at hand sewing anyway. And I'm like, I'm still struggling to try to get through it.
Yeah.
And I got some embroidery. I got some embroidery projects I need to get done because I want to do up some kitchen towels for my girls for Christmas, and maybe do them an apron apiece or something like that. Have no idea what to get the son-in-laws. We never know. I leave most of the boys' stuff to my husband. I know
it's easy to find things for the girls because there's just lots of pretty things, but the guys are hard to buy for. They really are.
Well, my husband usually buys. Will go and get the boys' stuff. Unless my girls call me up and say, "Mom, they need clothes," and then we'll go out and buy them clothes. But
yeah.
Now I've got three. I've got three grandsons. One of them's grown, and two are in their late teens. Have started their late teens, and then I got a baby. He's going to be 2 years old in February. So all that fun's going to start all over again with going and buying the toys.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, my son had a birthday yesterday, and we got him boots. They can always use boots. Always. Yeah. So we got boots, and last Christmas I got all the grandsons boots for their Christmas present, and their last birthday presents. School was starting, so they all picked out backpacks, and they got new backpacks. So.
Yeah, my grandsons aren't up here enough for me to go take them to buy boots. Mm-hmm. But one year I made them biking hats. I crocheted biking hats with the horns.
Ah,
And
okay.
and the beards that you attach, so they had the beards to go with it. That was the most fun Christmas ever, I think.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
So I got all of them. All of them had their Viking hat and beard, and I only had one of my son-in-laws that refused to put it on.
Oh,
But I've tried to think of fun things, unusual gifts for them so they'll remember.
oh yeah. They'll remember the beards, I'm sure. And
Oh, they still wear them. My daughter said, "Mama, they've done stretched them out so much because their faces are filled out because they're growing up." She says
uh-huh.
they've stretched out the hats, they've stretched out the beards, but they still put them on,
Uh,
which I think is wonderful because that tells me that they really loved that gift.
oh yeah. Well,
And
I may have to look for something like that for my grandson. That might be something they would. The two little ones might like it. The oldest one, he probably he'd be too picky, but the two little ones would like that.
well, I mean, I crocheted them, but you can also probably find patterns,
And
for the beanies and just add the horns to it,
yeah,
and then the beard with
yeah,
some kind of fleece would be nice.
yeah. I might look for something like that.
That would be fun.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking of Christmas already. I know it's September, and I'm like, Lord, help me. I haven't done anything this year because usually I start Christmas shopping the day after Christmas, and we shop all year long. So when Christmas rolls around, we already have all the gifts together, and all I have to do is wrap them. And this year we have done absolutely nothing.
Well, you still got a little time. It ain't Christmas yet.
Yeah, they may end up with gift cards.
Ah,
My
huh.
grandson, one of my grandsons says, "Nanny, why are you just giving me money for my birthday? What happened to all the fun games and stuff?" I said, "Baby, you're not little anymore, and Nanny don't
Uh-huh.
know what to buy you."
I know. Yeah,
Because
my oldest grandson is 13. That's a hard age to buy for.
yeah, well, 13 they still like the motorized, the little electronic cars and stuff. The little battery operated with a remote control. They like that kind of stuff. But there's so many electronics out that they want now. And I'm
It's a
telling you,
fly landed up there on my camera lens.
well,
Right there.
nice to fly to visit. Them flies have been bad this year, Miss
Yeah,
Rita.
I know. I'm out here on the porch, and that one did land right up there on the camera. And I, what is that? And I could finally see the fly up there. So,
I'll be filming something and a fly start buzzing around my head, and I'm like, "Oh my Lord,
yes,
got another
I
fly in here."
know. And it's embarrassing, but it happens all the time to me. So
Oh yeah, when you live out in the country, and then going out to the chicken coop, we got fly catchers out there, but these flies, I'm telling you, they're bad this year.
yeah.
Fly catchers aren't even catching all of them, and I'm like, and they're hanging out in the chicken coop, around the door entrance. I go out there, and you can just see them buzzing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, we got to do something about this, baby. This is bad. Can't get rid of the flies. I walk into the grow out pen and the flies start attacking me, and I'm like, and the chickens are pecking at my legs because they want me to feed them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to remember to put my boots on instead of just my little garden mucks
Uh,
because they're starting to peck at my legs. I'm like, look, fried chicken.
oh,
My husband says, don't name them. I said, I'm not naming them anything but food because they're going to be meat birds.
yeah. Yeah.
They're going to be going to.
Yeah, you'll have a job though when you get ready to process them. That'll be a little bit of work, but
Yeah,
it'll be worth it.
Yeah, they're going to be going to freezer camp in a week or two. We're trying to get them up a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and because I know you're going to do them yourself, aren't you? That's
Oh
plan,
yeah,
isn't it?
oh yeah. I got
Don't
to be.
call me. Don't call me.
I
You
got
gonna video that? Are you gonna video that too?
No, I won't be videoing that. I don't know if YouTube would allow it or not because,
Probably not. Probably not all of it. Not part.
Yeah. So what we're going to
Dispatch.
do, I might videotape it once I start processing the chickens, in the house. But
Yeah.
we're going to pull Big Bertha out there, that big pot that Tarsha from Triple Threat
Oh yeah.
sent me,
Yeah.
and get it boiling so we can get them feathers off. These are a cross, so hopefully we won't have a lot of those little pin feathers in there
Mm-hmm.
to get. My husband wanted to skin them out. I said, "You're getting rid of the best part if you take the skin off."
Yeah, especially since you've grown them yourself. Yeah. And
You
you
know,
don't
you
have one. You don't have one of them electric chicken pluckers, do you? Do you have one of them?
No, I don't.
I I don't either. I always just pluck them by hand. Not that
Yeah,
I process chickens all the time, but I know how. So
yeah. Well, he's talking about doing it all in one day, and I said, "Baby, that's a lot of chickens to process in one day. You need to spread it over 2 or 3 days, so we can
yeah, I think
get so many done a day, and then get them bagged up and in the freezer." But
yeah.
it's going to be a sad day for me and him because neither one of us like the dispatching part. But that's just life. And I told him, I said, we're in the country now. We live on a farm. This is just a part of life. And I grew up, my granddaddy would bring in the baby piglets, and we'd all play with them in the house. And they lived in a log cabin. And then we'd go back, right before it was time for them to be processed. And we're all crying over there by the pig pen because he's going to kill all our playmates. But we had
Oh,
lots of bacon on the table and sausage and ham.
well, I told you the other day. They said the farm animals, you take care of you take really good care of them. They only have one bad day of their life, and that's the day that you put them in the freezer. So
Yeah, they have had a really, really good life here, because we treat all our animals good anyway. But
yeah,
I told him, I said, I don't want to get attached to these, and don't you dare get attached to these chickens. Because he's my chicken man now. He's the one that
uh,
raises the chickens and wanted the chickens, and then we expanded to the ducks and the turkeys, and we were going to do the turkeys up, and we haven't done anything with these turkeys.
yeah. I saw those turkeys the other day. You had video of them the other day. I saw
Yeah, well,
those.
they've been hanging out in the house, in their little house, because it's been so hot, and they have no shade except in that little house. And we went out there yesterday, and all three of them were out in the yard and I hadn't seen about all three out in the yard since we got them.
Uh,
But the temperatures have dropped, so they're loving it right now.
uh,
So, but we're probably going to try to get us a tom turkey, and put a tom in there with the three ladies and see if we can raise some baby turkeys to dispatch.
right.
I told him we got one in there that's got that crooked beak, and we know we can cut it. He tried cutting it once and it bled, and he said, "I'm not doing it again." And we thought we were going to have to put her down, and she can't hardly walk. She's got some kind of genetic something going on, but she gets around. I don't know if she's just overweight or what.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. Huh.
But she was out there running around the yard yesterday, so I was excited about that. Hey, Linda, welcome in.
Yeah.
We're talking about dispatching chickens and turkeys. I got a dispatch job coming up, boy. I'm telling you, I'm just not looking forward to it, Miss Rita. I'm looking forward to the meat. And, of course, I'm going to ask God to forgive me for what I have to do to eat.
I think he put the animals there for us 2 years. So
He did.
I think you're okay. So
yeah, he did, because, they talk about the lambs and the different animals that was eaten back in Jesus' day. So he did do that.
yeah.
But we get so attached to our pets.
Yeah.
And I refuse to name my chickens because, of the fact that we may one day have to dispatch them if we can't get meat birds. And I told him, I said, I can't do that. I just can't name them and then eat them. What you doing? What you looking at, Coco? Huh?
They wonder who we talk to sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I had better get off here. Now we went 55 minutes.
Well,
So
you can go 4 more minutes. You'll be all right.
Do you
It's
think?
been butchering since I was 6 years old. Well, I'm glad to know that, Linda, because I know that we have butchered deer in the past, and I've done it on my dining room table. I went and bought some shower curtains, those plastic liners, and covered my table and my floor around, and went to cutting. And I learned how to butcher deer when I lived up in New York. And I actually watched a butcher a deer. And he told me to make sure you get that little gray membrane off, because that's where all that wild taste is. So now we get all our meat processed because we got CWD in the area, and you have to have your deer tested. And I go and open up this deer meat, and I see all that membrane in there, and I just want to go knock somebody upside the head. At the process, where they process them, because you got to get that membrane off. So I'm in there trying to cut membrane off this meat before I cook it, knowing it's been frozen like that.
Well, you can't chew or eat that membrane anyway.
I know, it's awful.
Yeah.
It is awful. And my husband doesn't hunt. He wants to hunt, but he doesn't have time. And one of our egg guys, we're trading eggs for deer meat, and we've been doing this for 2 or 3 years. Well, he's moved, and so he came over here a couple of weeks ago with a great big box of deer meat that was in their freezer. And so we got more deer meat, and I told him, I said, I got to start having to pull this meat out, because deer season is just around the corner too. Yeah. And I'm trying to do my crafts, trying to keep up with the cannon, trying to clean my house. And I'm like, I don't have enough hours in the day to do all this.
We can't get it all done. We really can't. You just do what has to be done. The rest of it just gets left.
Well, I tell people all the time when they come to my house and they see clutter here and clutter there, and I look at them, I say, we live here, don't we? I don't have a show place by any means.
Oh, I know I don't.
Wow. Linda, you did cows, pigs, sheep, deer, raccoons, squirrels, rabbits, and make ring bologna. Did chickens also. Wow. That's awesome. My mother was a young child, and their milk cow went dry, and her daddy made her hold the rope while he slaughtered the cow. And from that day forward, she couldn't eat any kind of beef. But she made the best meatloaf. And I tell her that too.
That would be bad though, to have to do that though. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they only had 3 children, and she was the second oldest, and of course she had to do that. And I think it really bothered her, but she could go out in the yard and grab a chicken up and wring its neck like it was nothing. That didn't bother her.
Huh.
Oh my goodness. You got 1 minute.
I know, we're counting down.
We're counting down.
Oh.
So I told them on my live last week, I said, we're going to be doing deer barbecue, deer this, deer that. We're going to be sick of deer by the time we get it all canned. But I got to get that freezer cleaned out.
Yeah, but I tell you what, the way things are going, we might appreciate it. Anything we can get.
Exactly. And I got on my husband too. I told him, I said, you got to get in there and get them canning shelves built, baby. I said, I can't have jars sitting on the floor. I'm not going to do that. Jars of food sitting everywhere.
I
So-
know before we built this big room for my can and stuff, I used to have it in the closets, and then it would be stacked on top, and you couldn't get to what you wanted. So, but
Yeah.
I've got a big pantry with shelves. I've not showed pictures of it, but I've got a place for my canned stuff. And then it ain't big enough, and it's like the room's probably 10 by 12 or so, and it's still not big enough.
Well, I think the one that we got it in is 7 by 10. One of the bedrooms here is 8 by 10. I think the other one's 7 by 10 or something like 7 by 11, maybe. They're about the same size, but he's built 2 shelves so far. And I told him, I said, you got to get to building. You got to get these shelves done because I'm canning just about every day. And I told him, I said, this has got to be done.
Yeah.
I pulled out cranberry sauce the other day and canned it. Or I should say cranberries. I pulled them out of the freezer and canned them. I'm trying to clean out the freezers and say I'm so far behind. It should have been done over the winter.
I know. Well, I've got 2 freezers, and both of mine's full, and part of it's old stuff that probably needs discarded, but a lot of it's still edible too. So I'm gonna just take it out and throw it away.
I've got.
I tried to put more stuff in the jars this year, not everything in the freezer. Here comes that Linda. Let's bring Linda up.
Hi there. How you doing?
Hello.
You know how you do chickens? A lot of chickens.
How do you do it?
You put them up on your clothesline post. You know, your clotheslines.
Yeah.
And you tie them up by their feet. And then you go along and you slice their throat that way.
Yeah.
And it's a piece of cake. We did 250 of them within half an hour.
Oh my goodness. That's a lot of chickens.
Yeah, it's a lot of chickens. But you can do it that way.
Yeah, we don't even have a clothesline though. That's the sad part.
You don't.
Yeah, we live out in the country, but there was never a clothesline here, and to try to buy a clothesline this day and age is almost impossible. And they're so cheaply made that they're not going to last. The ones that I'm seeing online. So I told him, I said, you're going to have to find somebody that can weld me a clothesline, and we're going to have to get it put up.
Mm-hmm.
What about a couple of posts that go around your garden?
Now that we might be able to do.
See, there's always a way.
Yeah. But I told him, I said, we got to get this done, and we're going to have to, just bite the bullet and do it and be happy. Because I do plan on canning most of it. I want to keep some of it in the freezer, but and I have to have a place to put them. That's the other issue I'm having, because all 3 of my freezers are packed to the gill, and I've got to get busy so I'll have room to put this fresh meat in there.
Have one freezer for chickens, one for beef, and another one for vegetables.
Well, that's what we intended when we did this, but it hasn't quite worked out that way. And I keep telling him, we actually went through our freezers earlier this year to try to move all the vegetables over to one freezer. Well, there was an overflow. So we got
really?
one and a half freezers is vegetables and meat. One is nothing but vegetables. One's all deer meat at this point. So that's what I'm looking at. It's going to be a fun time for me. I tell you, I'm going to be worn out.
Yeah, you will be wore out. Your beef, when you can that, have some of it frozen, but then canning it, just cut it in chunks and put it in the jars. And
have you got your YouTube on volume up? Because
I've got it down.
I'm hearing it somewhere. It's not on mine.
I've got it all the way down.
Yeah, because I'm getting a repeat.
Biofeedback.
Yeah. Justina's Country Kitchen. Welcome to Rita's Roost.
Yeah, Rita and I have talked before.
Yeah.
Well, I'm appreciating all this information now. After you get them, get the blood drained and everything. I know you have to do them in a boiling bath to get those feathers to loosen up.
You do your beef in a boiling bath.
Justina's Country Kitchen. Welcome to Rita's Roost. We're getting biofeedback.
It's not mine. I don't think. I've not done anything different.
Do you want me to leave for a moment and then see if I can redo and then come back in?
You might try that.
You can try it.
Back.
Just go down in the basement and do it. Or do you know how to mute you can just mute yourself on here and see if you can do it.
I muted her and I don't hear it now. Do you?
Do you hear me?
I'm still hearing the biofeedback.
That's why I was thinking of going to the leave the station and then coming back in.
Okay, try that and see if that works. Well, Rita, I am learning again. Oh my goodness. Well, we've lost 3 of the baby chicks. We lost another one last week. We don't know what happened. And I told my husband, I said, I don't know what's going on with them. But we got two of them that are probably about 4 pounds now, but the rest of them are still 2 and 3 pounds. You know, they're too small to process. And it's coming up on the 10-week mark. And I told him, I said, these birds should be bigger than this.
Well, yeah.
You know,
you reckon they got too hot? Did you go through some heat? Were the heat stressed or anything? You think?
Yeah, we did have that, you know, drought going on with the temperatures being extremely high, and he did want to take them out. And I kept telling him, I said, it's too soon. It's too hot outside, and he didn't listen. So we will live and learn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Justina, you want to come up? There's a link not too far up there. I'll post it again.
I'm going to have to get with Linda and let her tell me step by step how to do this. I know my husband's been watching a lot of videos on how to do it, because I do not want, you know, I don't want to make them suffer.
No.
Hey, Leslie Tibbs, welcome in. I can't believe my computer's staying in sync today with my laptop. There she is.
Yeah.
There I am. Do you still hear the biofeedback?
No, ma'am. It's good now.
Okay, there you go. Okay, your beef, cut it in cubes, like about 1 inch pieces, and then just pack them raw into your jars, seal them on up real good, and then put them into your pressure canner and can them what it calls for at the cur or ball, you know, time, pints or quarts. Sometimes I'll put onion powder. Sometimes I'll put garlic powder, but those ones I'll just do a separate batch of that,
Right.
and I'll mark them on the top, a G or an O for that. But otherwise, all of the other ones I do just plain, and it works out really good for me.
Yeah, we do. We canned chicken. I canned a lot of deer meat. I've canned some beef in the last 2 years. So I did the onion soup mix with a lot of the deer meat, the ground deer meat. I take 10 pounds of ground deer and one package of that onion soup mix, and it gave it just enough flavor to kind of kill that wild taste.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah.
For the wild taste for the deer meat, if you put it in the freezer, if you have like ground venison or just sliced venison, put it in the freezer, wrapped up real good with brown paper around it also, and let it sit there for about 2 to 3 months, and it'll almost taste like beef.
Yeah, all our deer immediately goes into the freezer once we get it. But we've pulled out some of this last batch of deer meat that we received, and they cut it with the bone in, and we don't eat it with the bone in. We never have, and it just kind of ruined the taste of the meat. So I'm dealing with that. I've used buttermilk, trying to get the wild taste out of the meat before doing anything with it. And I cooked some up for my husband, and he couldn't even eat it. And if he can't eat it, there's something wrong. We fed it to the dogs.
There is a couple of things that you might want to do. You might want to do the thing of find out where it was shot and killed.
Yeah.
The deer. Because if it's corn fed, it won't be as wild as pine fed.
Right. I don't know where that deer was. I don't know where he shot it at. But we've gotten deer from him before and never had any problems with it. But he took it to a different process. This one deer, and it was cut into roast and stuff with the bone in, and it was just horrible. And I told my husband, I said, worst case scenario, I'll can it and mark it as dog food, or either that, or I'll dehydrate it and mark it as dog treats, because I've done that before too. And
I'm going to have to go. I've got to go help Doodle equipment.
Well, thank you for having us, Miss Rita.
He said they're going to move the hay rake to another field, and Terry said, "Come pick me up, and we'll go back and get the other tractor." So I'm going to have to go.
Okay, thank you for having us.
My downtime's over.
Okay.
I'll see y'all. Bye.
I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.